Why not Sinati says the government agencies need to learn to work together, because if there's a synergy between them, they won't have people clustering the NIMC centers. As important as collecting and linking mobile numbers to individuals, we must realize also the second wave is here, and the simple strategy to employ is to follow the operation standard used for visa applications.
That is in place. We read it in the papers. That's exactly in place. But Nigerians refuse to accept that in place because they would rather go there physically.
Okay. The part of the open field, that's why I laid emphasis on that. The open field is not operating in any of the NIMC centers. The corruption within the NIMC is a fact.
No, that's the
fact that people have to wait and are forced to get tired of waiting to pay that amount of money.
The open field is not necessary if you go according to this concept, where you apply online, you get an appointment. Hang in the Nima. You get an appointment date and you go on the date of your appointment. If you go on the date of your appointment, the likelihood of a crowd is not there.
Okay, let me quickly report that as well.
Yes.
So even the application online to get an appointment date is almost impossible for some people of older ages without smartphones.
I like the example this Twitter person said. He said that for just like the American visa, the poorest of the poor that has an opportunity to get an American visa will go and apply online. We'll get somebody to apply. There's a part in the application that says, get somebody to sign for you. Say that you're signing for somebody else. That's one thing. The point is that if we want to apply online, we can get an application. That's one. Number two, if indeed only those who have access can apply, let them get first. That is, sort those ones out first. Then the other people that don't have access, they will now begin to find other community outreach or how we can get them by other means.
Are you forgetting that there's a deadline?
No, of course. We can move the deadline. That one is done.
But these people are not even moving the deadline.
What we are saying.
I personally think we should link our numbers to some form of security. But then, it is not the most important thing right now. We know we don't have enough oxygen. Our centers are using up to 300 whatever of oxygen daily, and they cannot even cater with the number of people that they have in isolation centers. Why do we want to prioritize this thing like that?
We're being hypocritical because in the same market, all of us go to the same market.
We're doing the NIN number just so that we can fight insecurity, but it's costing lives. You know what bothers me most about when we do things like that are the people who are fighting in hospitals so that we get better, and then we're endangering them. They are dying. We're endangering their families. If it's that important to us, government will stop this NIN registration until, not forever. Listen, until they find a better way to do it without causing people during a pandemic to be crowded. Okay. Talking about markets. Talking about markets.
If I stop pandemic,
so let me tell you. Let's go.
If we stop NIMC today, and say it's postponed, we still have markets.
Good. Let me go to the market.
Yes.
See, NIN registration is not as important as eating. It's not as important as getting food. We got that one right down. The second thing is that your body language concerning other gatherings will affect how people carry themselves in the places that are important for people to go. If people have to go and get food, but they understand that everywhere else, there's a way you need to conduct yourself. When you find yourself in the market, you conduct yourself the way government expects you to conduct. If government itself is conducting itself that way and pushing and enforcing that people conduct themselves in the right way and follow proper guidelines. That's not our problem. Nobody's doing the right thing anywhere. It's mostly eye service.
Thank you. We've been begging since February. Let's see local governments. If you're sharing sanitizers, you've monetized somebody's pockets. But if you put a hand wash and running water in certain public places, people will know, when you come out for what was CB by. These were done in the olden days when they had small infections. Don't talk of something as big as COVID. Till date, in public buses areas and all of that, even in the BRT buses in Lagos, they're not observing any social distancing.
Absolutely.
And even the downfalls.
Don't forget those downfall people.
I mean, we have also heard the story of people who are traveling and buying fake COVID-19 tests.
Oh, yes.
This is happening in our country. What is happening? How can that take place?
Thank you, Mariam. Let me pause you for a quick second. So there is a part for government. There's a part for you and I. The person that's coming to say, hey, bros, do you have a COVID test? Yeah, I can get you for you. He is a Nigerian. He's not government. We also have a responsibility to ourselves to ensure, because that man, he's just a murderer like any other person who's been convicted, because he's offering you a free COVID, a positive COVID test at the airports. So we also have to take responsibility. So a government can make all the noise they choose to make. The government can make all the noise they choose to make. If you as a citizen don't take that responsibility, nothing's going to happen. So yes, I agree with you, but we also must talk to ourselves.